up, guys? Justin here with Elkridge Outdoors. We are checking on some stands since it is too cold to fish. Checking on some stands, trying to pattern a late season buck. We just followed the deer tracks in the snow and actually walked up on 3 really good bucks down in the bottom with a couple does. I think I have one of them on camera, actually. Really good shooter buck. He's my target buck for the past 3 seasons, so he's a pretty smart fella. Just got to another stand that's still here, thank goodness. And looks like an intersection out in front of it, so may leave this one. I was planning on moving it, but we may leave it because obviously there's still a lot of traffic in front of it. So man, it's really nice being in the woods right now. You can see for a mile. Those deer were, what, babe, probably 60 yards away, and I mean, we was counting every point on them. So really good time to be in the woods right now. This is a big rub I come across earlier in the season. Pretty good size. Never did get this buck on camera. He must have been smart and went around it. I'm gonna creep up a little bit. First time I've seen so much ice on it. Everybody knows Horseshoe Lake's been frozen over. Well, this one's got a lot of ice on it right now. You can see a lot of seagulls. There's a lot of seagulls here last week diving, eating a whole lot of shad that were dying off. Well, the seagulls are actually sitting on ice in the middle of the lake. So it's still pretty cold, but fortunately all this stuff is about to melt and go away because it's going to be 60 this weekend by Sunday. So come on, spring. Wanted to take a second and go over what has actually been working for me crappie wise lately. When I caught some really good ones, actually, you know, right off this pier basically, my boat was just sitting just a few feet from the pier in the water on both sides. You know, as it quit hitting on this side, I went to the other side, let this side cool off. Basically, what I did to find the fish was throw around a Jinko head in a 1/16 ounce. And I got this on 4-pound Stren high vis gold crappie line. So I can throw this 16-ounce head pretty far. And it's on a 6'4" St. Croix panfish rod. My daughter's got me this set up for Christmas. I really love it. This is a Fluger XT. Really nice reel, really good crappie setup. That's when I'm finding the fish, or if they're a little deeper. When I know where they're at, and say there's a lot of cover around, you know, a lot of buckbrush or something in the water, then I would go to a little smaller rod and reel setup, and I would actually use a float because I want to keep the jig above the cover. A lot of it, the crappie was suspended above a lot of Christmas trees in the water right here, so I wanted to keep the jig out of the tree. And I do that by using a 1/32 ounce head with a trout magnet bobber. What's cool about this bobber is, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little slit on the side. So basically, especially when it's cold, nobody wants to, you know, have their hands out retying. So I can take this bobber off and on without cutting my line. So it's that simple. It's a really nice setup. This is a really good bobber for brim fishing too, because it's light and it's styrofoam and it doesn't make a big splash when you're throwing it in the brim beds. So remember that, you know, mostly everything you see I have or fish with in any video you've ever seen is, you know, I get at Bass Pro. So if you ever need anything, just holler at me, shoot me a message or whatever. Or if, you know, you got a question and I don't cover it, you know, there's a lot of stuff to cover. So if you got a question, just shoot me a DM or a message, and I'll be glad to answer it. Thanks.